know I'm probably just being so dramatic and annoying, but this is my first job.
Yeah, super dramatic and annoying. Welcome back to the JP Reacts channel, my beautiful freedom-loving friend. That is you. This is where we like to call out the lies, hypocrisy, and corruption of tyrants, shine the light of awareness on woke absurdities, and highlight the amazing work of other freedom fighters. Ugh, love me some freedom fighters. Today's video, we're going to take a look at, this has gone all around the internet. I love it. This is a Gen Z girl finds out what a real job is like. We're gonna get the essence of a socialist-minded young person feeling entitled to everything. I don't know what self-responsibility is. Like, why do I have to work? Pretty entertaining. It's a beautiful model of what not to do, and also a beautiful model of how we deliberately weaken the next generation with crappy schooling and, quite frankly, more importantly, more potently, crappy parenting. So let's take a look at how not to be.
I know I'm probably just being so dramatic and annoying, but this is my first job, like my first 9-to-5 job after college, and I'm in person.
Shocker, she went to college. It's always money well spent. Come out looking like this.
And I'm commuting in the city, and it takes me forever to get there. There's no way I'm gonna be able to afford living in the city right now, so that's off the table. Like, duh! If I was able to walk to work, and it'd be fine, but I'm not. So it literally takes me, like, I leave here, like, I get on the train at 7:30, and I don't get home till, like, 6:15 earliest.
Wow, you do a work day, and where you chose to live and where you chose to work are a little bit far apart. Like, I'm sorry that what you did to yourself, someone did that to you. I'm sorry. You're a victim. You're oppressed. Like, how could someone that is you do this to you?
And then, like, I don't have time to do anything. I want to shower, eat my dinner, and go to sleep. I don't have time or energy to cook my dinner either. Like,
just imagine her eating a pile of meat raw. Like, I don't have time for anything. I eat dinner, I shower, I go to bed. Like, I don't even have time to cook my dinner. So I just imagine like a big pile of raw meat. She's like, I don't have time to cook this. I just gotta eat this and go to sleep. Because like I got home at like 6:15 and like what? Like I had to go home after work. I had to work 9 to 5. Could you imagine? What if they could just, like, they pay me for my job, but they have like a sweatshop child doing my job for me. Like, they wouldn't have to pay him much. And if we just did sweatshop labor so I didn't have to do this, then like all my suffering would be gone and I could live my life living how I want to live, being entitled to everything while working for nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe just the opposite. Work for everything and be entitled to nothing. That's why I wear this shirt. I think it's a message we need. Available at my shop at awakenwithjp.com, by the way. Let's go on.
I don't have energy to work out. Like, that's out the window. Like,
cool. I like that. Like, I don't have energy to work out. Did you know working out will actually progressively give you more energy? But I like that. Like, I don't have energy to work out, so I'm obviously in a weak state, so I'm not going to work out anymore. So I will definitely just get weaker and weaker and weaker as the future goes on. Demoralizing America. Stop working out. Eat crappy. Take this. Inject that. Don't work hard.
I'm so upset. Oh my God. Nothing to do with my job at all, but just...
Excuse me. I'm a little upset too. Wait a minute. I'm actually working right now. I don't like this. Hey, why do I have to do this? To get paid? Well, why can't someone just pay me and I don't have to do this? It says work. Ugh.
Just like the 9-to-5 schedule in general is crazy.
The 9-to-5 schedule in general is crazy. A normal work day for an adult? Dude, why can't work days be a half an hour? I could do that because I could go to yoga. I could like go to a rally. I could, stand with Ukraine all day. How about half-hour work days? Well, that means you get paid about $12. Well, I want to get paid more than that.
Being in the office 9 to 5, like, if it was remote, you get off at 5 and you're home and everything's fine. But like, I'm not home. It takes me long to get home, and like people that drive to the office.
She might be agoraphobic. Agoraphobia, that's either you're afraid to leave your house or you're afraid of spiders. Not totally sure which, but she might be agoraphobic. No phobicness is okay. I think agoraphobic is the next transphobic. I'm going to start smearing people like, you're just being agoraphobic, aren't you? They're like, dude, don't even think I know what that means, but I'll stop doing what I'm doing so you quit calling me that. Bow down in cowardice so you won't call me agoraphobic anymore. Pretty sure she's agoraphobic.
It's like you don't get off at 5, and I know it could be worse. I know I could be working longer, but like I literally get off, it's pitch black. Like I don't have energy. How do you have friends? Like how do you have time to like meet like a guy? I don't know.
How do you have time to meet a guy while you're working? Well, you wonderful entitled specimen of a human. I wish you had time to meet a guy because, man, a guy would be lucky to have you. He would be super happy to have you. Could you imagine if you're a guy, how happy you would be to have this lady in your life? Maybe she becomes your future wife and has this entitled attitude that she projects onto you. She's like, nothing you ever do is good enough. Why don't you make more money? He's like, well, why don't you work? It's like, well, I don't want to work. Why don't you just work more? She's like, so you want me to work 2 jobs and you work no jobs? Yeah, like, dude, this sort of entitlement would just be a dream for any guy to have.
No, like, how do you have time for, like, dating? Like, I don't have time for anything, and I'm, like, so stressed out.
I don't have time for anything because how I choose to live my life is this way, and I'm a victim.
And I'm also getting my periods.
Me too, by the way. Dude, I used to make fun of the idea that men can menstruate, but I just got mine. Dude, it's so empowering. And I don't even use the male hygiene products. I just like let it out, let it fly, I think it's misogyny. The idea that men should use pads and tampons, it's just pure misogyny. Just like let it leak out.
So that's why I'm all emotional, but like, am I so dramatic? It's fine.
Yeah, you are so dramatic. That's fine too. And that's great. It's great. But, and not to make light of her situation, but also like we're definitely making light of her situation. This is honestly a powerful example of the exact mindset not to have if you want to be a happy, successful individual living a meaningful life and feeling fulfilled and on purpose. What do you need to do if you want those things? If you want to have those be the ethos of your life, where in general you're a happy person, you feel meaning, you feel purpose, you feel inner fulfillment. Well, I think self-responsibility is one of the absolute principles you need to have. You need to do uncomfortable things consistently, which one of those uncomfortable things consistently could be working out, getting in cold water. And then thirdly, which is sort of a byproduct of self-responsibility, taking radical ownership over your life and everything in it. One of my favorite books is Jocko Willink and Leif Babin's book, Discipline Equals Freedom. And in that book and a lot of their other messaging, they'll talk about like when bad things happen, like unfortunate circumstances, even when they're seemingly out of your control. In the name of freedom, self-discipline, self-responsibility, and being a stronger individual, they urge you to take the mindset on that says, that is my fault. If an employee of mine screws up, then that sort of self-disciplined leadership, strong individual mindset says, that's my fault. I missed something with them. I didn't instruct them right. I didn't have the right oversight. Or look at my life circumstances. I don't like them. Good. It's my fault. That is so empowering. Why is that? Because if you accept everything that's happening in my life is my fault, for the better or worse, and it's my responsibility, if you accept that power, then you're also accepting the power that you have the power to change it. You can pretend you're a victim of your circumstances, which, by the way, you're not a victim of your circumstances, but you can pretend to be, as this lovely lady pretends to be, which means you're not accepting the power that you created it, which means you're rejecting the power, even though you have it inside, but you're rejecting using the power inside to change your circumstances because you frame yourself in your mind as a victim of your circumstances. But if you take on the Jocko Willink mindset, discipline equals freedom, everything that happens is my fault. I found it very empowering because you claim the power of like, I don't like this, and this. It's my fault. And good. That means nobody did this to me, which means nobody else holds the power to change it. I hold the power to change it, which means I can change it if I choose to. And if I choose to, it means I have to take on radical self-responsibility, radical self-ownership, and be willing to do work and do uncomfortable things, not once in a while, but super freaking consistently. Entitled to nothing, work for everything. That's how I feel about that, my beautiful freedom-loving friend. Thank you for letting me preach. I feel good about myself. With that said, thank you for watching this video. I'll look forward to seeing you on our next one. But before that, stay tuned for this special message. I'm someone who likes to take charge of my health, and there's only so much time in the day. So one of the #1 ways I've found that gives me the most bang for my buck elevating my health is with infrared saunas. And the way I do it, with the Bon Charge infrared sauna blanket. Being someone who loves to have good health and good energy, I was always stressing out about like, how do I do detoxification? How do I elevate my metabolism? How do I de-stress? How do I make sure I get better sleep? But once I started using the Bon Charge infrared sauna blanket, I found it easy because I was accomplishing all those objectives at once. And I feel better because of it. I find I have more energy, I melt my stress away, and I find I sleep much better. And here's the best part. Normal infrared sauna systems are super expensive and take up massive space in your home. I don't like to spend a ton of money and have a bunch of blocky crap cluttering up my home. But the infrared sauna blanket solved that problem for me too. It's the most cost-effective infrared sauna system on the market, and I love the fact that it's compact. When I want to use it, I just roll it out, then when I'm done, I wipe it down and put it away. And if you would like to quickly, easily, and inexpensively bring all the amazing benefits of infrared saunas into your life, just go to boncharge.com/jpreacts, pick yourself up an infrared sauna blanket, and while you're there, be sure to use a discount code JPReacts for 15% off. Happy health and healing, my friend.